Welcome to Cloud with Anne, where we help absolute beginners build their cloud skills from scratch. Today, we'll be focusing on what is most fundamental, which is understanding the concept of cloud computing. So cloud computing is not a new concept. It actually dates back to the 1960s, and Wikipedia states this. As time went on, cloud computing became more prevalent and it became popular because a lot of companies and organizations, they saw the need for it and then they adopted it. So let's not go into so much history because I know that a lot of people are waiting to be fed on what exactly cloud computing is. Is that right? Let's roll in. So let's use this analogy. You want to travel from your city to another city, and you have two means of reaching that destination. And the first is to use your own car and drive your own self to your destination. And the second will be to order for a boat, and then you have a boat driver who will drive you to that destination while you sit comfortably in the car. Which option would you go for? So for the very first one, you own the car and then you're also the one driving. This means you're in charge of every single thing happening there. You're in charge of putting fuel into the car, you're in charge of maintaining the brakes, you're in charge of maintaining the battery, you're in charge of changing the oil, and every other thing that has to do with car maintenance before you go on your journey. But for the second one, what do you need? You just need your phone, you go to the Bolt app, and then you just order for your ride with your internet, and then you pay for what you're using, right? So before the advancement of cloud computing, we had what we call traditional computing, which looks like this. So in traditional computing, the business is in charge of buying their hardware resources, that's their computers, their servers, all the cables that they need. It is the business that will buy, as well as even hiring those network engineers who will be the ones to connect these cables as well as maintain these resources. And this is similar to choosing the option of using your own car and driving yourself, because you own everything and you are doing everything all by yourself. This actually sounds a bit good, right? I mean, you're driving your car, you're driving yourself to your own destination, right? But I have a question. What if the number of people that you're meant to go with to that destination exceeds the number of people that your car can carry? So at this point, you don't need to say to yourself that, oh, tomorrow I'm going to the car shop and I'm going to buy a new vehicle that can transport, let's say the number is 12, that can transport 12 people. You don't need to do that. This is a point where cloud computing comes to the rescue over traditional computing. So instead of going to the car shop to buy a new car, you just have to now do it. Go to your Bolt application and search for a vehicle that can accommodate the certain number of persons that you're going with to your destination. And this is what cloud computing is, because with your internet and with your money, you can just get whatever service that you want to use, and you only get to pay for that particular service that you are using. Now, in this case, the Bolt here is going to be our cloud service providers, and we have three major cloud service providers. We have AWS, we have GCP, that's Google Cloud, and then we have Azure. For instance, let's look at AWS Cloud Service Provider. AWS already has a warehouse that has been set up with those servers. From our analogy, we can call those servers the cars, right? So AWS already has this warehouse set up and it's managed and it's maintained by them. So all your hardware resources, your servers, your computers, everything is in the warehouse, managed and maintained by AWS. And all you need to do is to just have an internet access, and then you only come to AWS and tell them this and this and this is what I want to do, and you only get to pay for those exact things that you want to do. So let's look at another analogy, Netflix. Netflix is the most popular and well-known streaming platform that offers a variety of TV shows, movies, documentaries over the internet. So Netflix has over 200 million subscribers and they are leveraging the cloud to run their services. And we'll look at how they are using the cloud to run their services in 5 ways. The very first is for computing purposes. Let's say Netflix has over 100 million subscribers that wants to see a movie at a particular time. That will just mean that there'll be high streaming traffic and there'll be increase in workloads. So if Netflix wants to go the traditional way, it means they have to call all their network engineers, everybody, hands be on deck. Let's go and buy more servers. Let's go and buy more routers. Let's stack them up. Let's put in the cables. And all that 100 million people are waiting, right? And there'll be a delay, definitely. And what will happen if that delay happens? 100 million subscribers will be lost because, I want to see a movie, but they are not able to see a movie. But now cloud computing comes into play, and cloud computing helps to scale resources. So if there is a demand for 100 million subscribers to see a movie at a particular time, automatically resources will scale up to fit in that demand, and everybody will have a seamless flow of watching their movies. And if there is a reduction in the number, automatically, so using the cloud, you can scale down your resources and there will still be an experience of a seamless flow in watching your movies. So number 2 is for storage purposes. So let me ask, has there ever been a time that you went to Netflix and then you found the whole interface blank? Maybe they said there are no movie contents today. I don't think there's ever been that time. Why? Because Netflix has all their video content stored up in a library, which is in the cloud. So this ensures for availability 24/7 anytime you want to stream a movie online. Number 3 is for databases. So your user profile, all your preferences, all your movie history, everything is being compiled into the database. So imagine for over 200 million subscribers, where else would they store the databases for these 200 million subscribers? It has to be in the cloud because that makes it to be much more efficient and available. So number 4 will be for networking. And what does this mean? So Netflix is not just available for people in Nigeria, it's available to a global audience. And this is made possible because Netflix is leveraging on the cloud to be able to reach a wider audience with their video content. So number 5 is security. So the cloud ensures for security. So for Netflix, both the data which is in storage and the data which is transited, that's during streaming, all these data is being encrypted, and this makes it hard to be able to break in. So the cloud ensures for security as well. So having said all of this, I'm sure you would be able to start pointing out some certain benefits of cloud computing over traditional computing. And one of it is that there is high availability. So at any time that you need to access the cloud, it is available. At any time that you need your resources, it is available. Why? Because the cloud runs on a 24/7 basis. So number 2 is scalability. So if there is an increase in the number of your users, your subscribers, your customers, and your workload also increases, the cloud enables you to scale up and you don't get to lose your customers. Or if there is a decrease in their number, the cloud will also scale down those resources for you, and you're also able to accommodate the certain demand that you need. And number 3 is that you only get to pay for what you use. So if you have 100 million users at the same time, you will pay for the resources that those 100 million users are making use of. But if it comes down to 50 users, you won't have to still pay for 100 million users. You would only pay for those resources that the 50 million users are using. And number 4 will be that the cloud allows you to reach a global audience. So don't say that the cloud is just for the big businesses. So if you are a small business looking to expand in operations, or you are a student who is in need of computing resources or storage resources, or you're even a tech enthusiast who is keen on innovation, the cloud is very much available for you because it provides a lot of opportunities for you to thrive and grow. In this video, you've been able to see what traditional computing is, and you've been able to see what cloud computing is and the benefits cloud computing has over traditional computing. So if you found this video valuable, please like, share to your friends so that they also get the same knowledge with you, and also subscribe. Thank you and see you in the next video.